Why was absolutism the political system in the Great Northern War? Imagine a government where one person has all the power and makes every decision. That's what absolutism is. During the Great Northern War, this was the main way countries like Sweden ran their governments. Absolutism means the king or ruler controls everything without needing approval from others. It became popular in Sweden after they fought in the 30 Years' War and started to grow as a major power. Kings like Gustavus Adolphus and later Charles the 12th built strong, centralized states. They made sure the nobility had less power, set up efficient government offices, and improved the army and economy. This allowed the king to control large areas outside Scandinavia, like parts of Finland, Estonia, Latvia, and northern Germany. The system was designed so the king was the only decision-maker, especially in war and foreign affairs. When the Great Northern War started in 1700, Sweden was still ruled by King Charles the 12th. His ability to lead the army directly, without asking others, was a result of the absolutist system. This gave Sweden quick decision-making and clear command. At first, this worked well. Sweden won some battles, and Charles the 12th's personal leadership was admired across Europe. But there were problems too. The king's decisions were final, and there was no one to challenge him or suggest better ideas. When Charles the 12th decided to invade Russia, he took big risks. After losing the Battle of Poltava in 1709, Sweden's luck turned bad. The war went on longer, and Sweden's resources started to run out. Because power was held by one person, mistakes at the top couldn't be easily fixed. For Scandinavia, the war marked the end of Swedish absolutism. When Charles the 12th died in 1718, Sweden changed its government. The power shifted from the king to the parliament, starting what's called the Age of Liberty. The war's outcome, with Sweden losing its Baltic Empire and declining as a major power, was closely linked to the strengths and weaknesses of absolutism. It helped Sweden act fast and win early on, but it also made the country vulnerable to one leader's mistakes. The experience of the Great Northern War showed that while absolutism could give a small country like Sweden an advantage for a time, it also carried big risks. The shift away from absolutism after the war was part of a larger European trend, but in Scandinavia, it was a direct response to the military and political failures of the conflict. In the end, the reason absolutism was the main system during the Great Northern War is because Sweden had built it up over many years to make the country strong and ready for war. It allowed for quick, decisive action, but it also meant that mistakes by one leader could lead to big problems. The war was both a high point and a turning point for Swedish absolutism.